Yeah. So welcome once again to all of you. Thank you for taking out time from your busy schedule and be part of the Panasonic educational program that we have started since last year. So we have been doing such kind of series from all other regions also like West, South, and North. And this one we have been, very prominently uh, prepared it for the East region where we have started our business since 2020 and we are getting very good response from all our clients over there. And that's why we want to inculcate our quality standards to our partners, our customers, the people who are using. So this is one of the series of such kind where we want our clients to interact with us and have clear their doubts. So this is one of such kind of series. So I'll start you with the introduction of our company, a brief introduction. So now I'm not taking into the details of that. So then I'm joined along with Mr. Akshay. He's our product manager, and also Mr. Arka Mahapatra. So he's in charge of East region. My name is Shijan. I am the regional manager for East and Western region. I look after the sales of all the product series in Panasonic in solar region. So I'll start the introduction of our team and I will take you through along with all of our series channels. Then we'll hand over to Akshay to start the session. Thank you. So talking about Panasonic, so you would have seen, Panasonic Anchor by Panasonic. So many of the people come to me and ask whether what is, Anchor and what is Panasonic. So I just want to make it clear that Anchor is our brand name, which we had acquired in 2007. And Panasonic is Panasonic Life Solution India Private Limited, is a subsidiary company of Panasonic Corporation from Japan. So we had Panasonic was founded in 1918. So we have already completed our 100-year journey. And along with that, Anchor has its own legacy of 50 years. आपको हिंदी चलेगा या फिर इंग्लिश कंटिन्यू रखूं? Okay, I'll just mix it with English and Hindi ताकि सबको मतलब properly आ जाएगा. So talking about the financials of Panasonic, हमारा अभी तक कैसा है कि 72 billion का वगैरह all over turnover है, and globally we have more than 3 lakh employees as on date. And Anchor we had acquired in 2007. Since then, we are using Anchor as a brand name for all our product series under Panasonic Life Solutions India Private Limited. It was itself founded in 1963. तो आप देखोगे तो Panasonic का खुद का 100 years का legacy है and Anchor Electrical का अलग से 1963 से है. We are carrying out it. And now we have acquired Anchor and it's an all-in-one. So we are carrying our quality standards, our legacy, our experience with the client, everything together and bringing out new product lines. Some of the main focus, the whole company focus is on energy saving product devices. Like wiring devices, switch gears, CMS, lighting, fan, indoor air quality, I would say, housing, home automation, EV chargers. We are into EV chargers also now. And solar is part of that, the whole series, where main focus आप देखोगे तो energy saving और energy efficient products के लिए हम लोग focus करते हैं. So this we have we have different factories for all these products in India. In some of the series we are importing as well. We have OEM partners, so we have different varieties of business models where our products are being manufactured. So talking about solar itself and under this solar Panasonic Life Solutions, I would say that we have a legacy of 44 years in solar. So we have started our R&D in amorphous silicon in 1975, जिसमें हम लोग पहले N type का HID मॉड्यूल मतलब जो हम लोग 1997 में commercially launched किया. So 1997 में हम launch किया. That means that product solar model अपना 25 years का life already reached now. So यार जमा परम दाड़े हनुमान जयंती मौजे और
એવું હેલો ગોળીઓ એમ કે દોન કરી આપ 15,000 રૂપિયા મેં ડોફા ઊંચા માર દઉં હે આખું યાર ઉભા મહિલો અલા એવું નહીં યાર આપણે મેં કીધું ભાઈ મેં કીધું એક આઈટમ કે હું તને કરાવડાવ તો ત્યાં બધું માર માથે નાખું થોડું થાય બરોબર તારે અલે આપણે એને એવું કીધું કે ભાઈ તું શાકભાજી બોલ મસાલા બોલ તેલ ગમે તે તું કે એક આઈટમ હું આલું તો કે બધી આઈટમ આવી ગઈ ખાલી પૈસા એકલા જ બાકી હતા મેં કહું પૈસા શું કોમ છે તાર ભાઈ ભાઈ વહીવટ કરવાના પૈસા ભાઈ તું આવે તો જલફાડ હે હા ચાલે ને એવું મને કે તાર 15,000 હાલવાના શું કે હા ભાઈ મસાલા બિલ બતાવતો તો હા કે 15,000 નું તો
segment, customer segments like domestic, commercial, industrial segment of clients can also use our product.
यशना विकला हाँ
Following in our
ठीक
global
है
standard products. So अभी हम लोग 25 years का performance warranty and 12 years का product warranty दे रहे हैं. So these are some of the product series. So that we will discuss later.
કલર કુલર ચાલુ કરવાની ગણતરી છે પણ માણસ સારો મળે પછી માણસ વ્યવસ્થિત હે કયો આવું કઈથી લાવે એવું કાકડાનું હે તો સિમ્ફની નું હશે સિમ્ફની નું હશે એમ તો ફૂલ ઠંડક આલા એવું એસી એટલી ઠંડક આલે એવું ઓ માય જોવા જવું પડશે કુલર માલ વેચાય હે ના વેચાય કુલર નો હમ હમ પેલાની જગ્યા ના આવી જાય ભાઈ મિથલાની નટુભાઈ વાળું 1 કરોડ ક્યાં છે ને? હે ના આવે 1 કરોડ તો આવે કઈ હે નીકળા 60 લાખ ખરા નહીં શું કયો 85 લાખ તો પૈસા એટલા બધા કઈથી લાવો હે 85 લાખ એટલે હમ બધો બિલ વગરનો ધંધો રાજાનો એ કઈ બિલ નહીં હમ ચોરી જીએસટી હમ મને એટલું બધું હોય લે હારા આનું એવું જ છે ને રાજાનું આવું ટાવર 1 કરોડ જ કે છે ને અરે ઠાકરામાં પહોંચો તાર તો બીટલા તાર તો 2 કરોડ આવે તાર તો હે એવું? વેચીને નાઈ જાય ને બરોડા હે? એવું 2 કરોડ આવે એવું આ લોકો ખોટા વેચી મારે નહીં શું કરે છે એવું શું કરે હીરામ એને બૈરું એ બાજુનું છે ને હા? એવું અમે ઓનામ લોબી બુદ્ધિ નથી હે તું પણ એના ચલવી વગર ડોહાની બેઠી જાગી રે ચલ અરે અરે એને બહુ તો નોમની માથુરી નાખી નહીં આને ખબર છે બોન તો ઓળખ્યા વગર બાકી માલતો તો મોણસ અને પહેલી વાર તું જાઉં ને દુકાન તોય તને બાજુ માલ દે માલ એવો મોણસ એવો મોણસ બધાને દિવાળી પર બોનસમાં પંખા આપતા એ વખત એવો ધંધો હતો બોનસમાં પંખા આલે એના પૂછે શું જોઈતા પંખો જૂનો લેતો નવો લઈ જાય
आप जो इन्वर्टर्स इंस्टॉल करते हो घर के अंदर फॉर कन्वर्जन ऑफ डीसी पावर फ्रॉम प्रोड्यूस्ड बाय सोलर पैनल्स इनटू एसी पावर, दैट इज ऑलवेज कनेक्टेड टू द यूटिलिटी ग्रिड, यानी जो आपकी इलेक्ट्रिसिटी सप्लाई जो आपके घरों में आती है या फिर आपकी इंडस्ट्रीज में इलेक्ट्रिसिटी सप्लाई रहती है, इन्वर्टर उसके साथ हमेशा सिंक में रहता है। एंड एंड वो यूटिलिटी के जो वोल्टेजेस और जो फ्रीक्वेंसी लेवल्स होते हैं उसके हिसाब से खुद को एडजस्ट करके पावर प्रोड्यूस करता है. So this which is why this is called as a grid tied system, where it is tied to the utility grid and it is producing power in accordance to the parameters of the utility grid. And so the inverters produce DC to AC power. They feed the power into the house, which is where the load is. And if it is producing more power than what is required inside the house,
तो 8,000 रुपये लाइट बिल हाँ બે એસી છે આખી બેંકમાં
सप्लाई भी करते हैं और एट द सेम टाइम बैटरी से अंदर स्टोर करके भी रखते हैं. अगर जब जो से सपोज शाम के टाइम में अगर आप यहाँ सोलर पावर प्रोड्यूस नहीं कर रहा होता है उस समय वो बैटरी से पावर लेके घर के अंदर के लोगों को रन करता है. And the third type of system is the hybrid inverter setup. So hybrid inverter setup. So in this is hybrid is basically combination of grid tied and off grid. So when the system is very similar to the grid tied, when the grid is working, that is जब भी आपके घरों में अगर आपने एक हाइब्रिड सिस्टम लगाया हुआ है और आपके घर में इलेक्ट्रिसिटी की सप्लाई आ रही है ग्रिड साइड से, तो वो एक ऑन ग्रिड सिस्टम की तरह काम करता है और जहाँ पे वो पावर प्रोड्यूस करके घर के लोड को भी चलाता है और एट द सेम टाइम बैटरी भी स्टोर करके रखता है. बट जैसे ही अगर से सपोज आपके यहाँ पे ग्रिड कनेक्शन चला जाता है तो बैटरी से पावर को यूज करके घर में जो इमरजेंसी लोड्स होते हैं वो उसको प्रोवाइड करता है. तो हाइब्रिड is a combination of grid tied and off grid systems. अगर हम
પેલા તમારે જુલુસ કાઢીને લઈ ગયા ને હિંમતનગર વાળા તો હિંમતનગર વાળા જુલુસ કાઢીને લઈ ગયા માર્કેટમાં બધા એને બોધીને મિયાભાઈ બજારમાં બોધીને લઈ ગયા દોડે જુલુસ કાઢીને બહાર બે મોલવી અને 3-4 મિયાભાઈ બધું આ બધું કાવતરું કરેલું તો પથ્થર મારો કરવાનો બહારથી માણસો બોલાયા પથ્થર મારવા ઓળખાય નહીં ઓવે.
get into the electricity grid via the meter. So this basically जो inverters होते हैं यहाँ पे ऑलरेडी inverters वो ऑलमोस्ट ऑटो में काम करते हैं. प्लग इन प्ले सॉल्यूशंस है यहाँ पे आपने एक बार इंस्टॉल कर दिया तो जैसे जब सनराइज होता है वो खुद ही वेकअप हो जाते हैं, they start producing power and in the evening they go into a steam mode. They also keep monitoring the parameters of the power which is coming from the solar panels. जो solar panels से जो करंट और वोल्टेज के पैरामीटर्स होते हैं वो कंटिन्यूसली मॉनिटर करते हैं. एक प्रोटेक्शन भी एग्जिस्ट करता है सिस्टम के अंदर. There is an important feature of MPPT which is implemented inside inverters, which is responsible for extracting the maximum power from the solar panels and feeding it into the homes. They also have various kinds of protections, both on the DC and the AC side, so as have a system, so as to keep the system protected in case of any fault conditions. And also you can monitor the energy which is being produced via the inverter itself because they have the feature where all the energy parameters are mentioned inside the inverters. Like I mentioned, the on-grid system is something which works only when the grid is there and it isolates itself in the event of a utility grid failure. This is majorly done because in order to offer protection to service personnel if they are working on any maintenance activity on the grid side and the solar panel should not produce power any system while the maintenance is going on. So that is why this is a function, technically important feature which is implemented for specifically for on-grid systems. Now we come to the design aspects of the things so that you can understand how the design happens.
ચલો કઈ ગયો તારે બાઇક લઈને લેવા આવેલો એ અરે વાહ એક્સચેન્જ કરવા આવેલો એ બાઇક સાઇન એક્સચેન્જ કરવા આવેલો
This can be found inside the electricity bills. Generally, in some states they offer 100%, some states allow in that particular state. In some cases where the customer has quite a good amount of quite a big roof for installation of solar power, but very less amount of sanction, they can apply for extension of sanction or improvement in the sanction in order to put up a higher capacity power production. In order to carry out project capacity estimation, there are different softwares in the market which are utilized in order to map the heat of the roof and come up with what capacity of solar power plant that can be installed on that particular roof. Most of these softwares allow the feature of pinpointing the exact roof location using Google Map coordinates via which you can locate your
તો વર્ષો પતી જાય ખબર નહીં પડતી જો ના તું પડે અગો કઈ ગયો છે ફરવા હે છે ફરવા ગયો કહું છું ના હાલ દીધા ને કાલે ફોટો પાડવા ગયેલો તાર નતો એને ડૂબવા હતા ને એવું અમેરિકા લંડન એવું થઈ ગયા કા ગાડે મકાન શું ડોફો લેવા બનાવ્યું પ્રધાનમંત્રી આવાસ યોજના તો ભરદે વીક લાખ હે પ્રધાનમંત્રી આવાસ યોજના ને ફોર્મ તો ભર દે શહેરી નહીં ભર્યું 5 લાખ રા નહીં જોવાની લે હવે તાઈ તો તાઈ ડોફા હા 8 લાખ 8 લાખમાં કમ્પ્લીટ થઈ જાય 8 લાખમાં મકાન પર લખેલું પડે હા એ તો પાછળ જગ્યા છે કાકાને છોટું હાલ દે હે કાકા ઉપર હે નીચે લોન માટેનું મશીન લઈ લઉં, લોનનું ક્રેડિટ કાર્ડ લોન, ડેબિટ કાર્ડ લોન, લોન લોન પડાય ને પાર્ટીની. સોલરમાં, સ્કૂટરમાં, હે લોન એને મેં તો પડી જાય. કાર્ડ ઘસો ને વિકલા, તાર જોડે એટીએમ કાર્ડ હોય ને અને ઘસું ને લોન પડી જાય. હે ઓછા ગ્રાહક આવે ના આવે એવું? કાગળિયો કરવાનો, લોન પાસ કરવાની બધું બાજુ માથાકૂટ છે. હે? એવું? કરીને બેસતો નહીં. હે ઓ પાછો ટીચર કરે.
counterweight ballast actually. So you can see the different the MMS structure, and the concrete blocks are placed onto this MMS structure in order to provide the counterweights. For the metal sheet roofs, the different types of the MMS options are available.
પૈસા વાળો વધારે એટલે તને વધારે ગરમી લાગે હે તો સંજય અહીંયા બેડ લાગે ને હમણાં દાઢી બાડી વધારે કોપી નહીં લાગતું મિયા ભાઈ ની ફીરીઓ વહીવટ કરે તો શું પૈસા એવું મને લાગે પતી જવાનો સમલો ભાઈ એને ચૂલ બહુ છે વ્યાજ ના ખાવાની શું ધ્યાન હે આમ રૂપિયો કરવાનો આમ 200 ગાલ દે લોકો તાર જાય હે શું કેવું ઓ એમ 200 ઉઘરાવણ કે સોસાયટી આમ હલ પીવડાવી દે બધાય દારૂ લોકોને પીવડાવે ઓહો મને તો નહીં પીવડે હું તો નહીં પીતો પણ બીજા લોકોને પીવડાવી દે એમ કહું દેહાઈ ને સુધીરિયા ને બધાને પીવડાવી દે એમ કહું ડીશ એકલી જોઈએ બીજું બધું જોઈએ શું જોઈએ બળ કેટલી સીટ નું બળ છે નવું બળ ડીશ આવશે બેટરીઓ છે ને આ ડીશ આવશે 1800 4000 ચાલુ ની ગેરંટી આલવાની ચાલુ ની કઈ વાત બેટરી અલગ આવે બેટરી કેટલી મોટી જોઈએ મારુતિ ગાડી ની જોઈએ એનથી નાની જોઈએ એ પ્રમાણે બેટરી આવે 1200 વાળી આવે 2500 વાળી આવે શું લગાડવાનું હા ભાઈ બીજું આ ભાઈ નાની બેટરી લઈ જાઓ નાની ડીશ લઈ જાઓ આવ્યા આટલી મોટી શું કોમ છે નાની ડીશ લઈ જાઓ આ ડીશ ના 1800 આ ડીશ જોઈએ તો 1400 આટલી આવે આ મોટી આવે ભાઈ આવ્યા જોઈએ તો આ આથી મોટી જોઈએ તો આ નાની જોઈએ તો આ બેટરી છે ને ગોડાઉને પડી છે દેવા જવું પડશે મારા જોડે છે ને બાઈક કયું ગામ તારું ઓહો આ રહ્યું બરાબર તો ચો દૂર છે એટલે આ બેટરી આવતી આવડી તારી એ દે નહીં જોઈ આ પછી અને ગોરો કે આ કા ચાલે એ ગોરો આલી આટલું હજાર નહીં ચાલે મોબાઈલ ચાર્જર સેટિંગ થઈ જાય હે બરોબર ગાડી કરવા આવ્યા તું જે કરવું એ કહું એ આ વાટ આ 1800 વાળી આવશે આ 1500 વાળી આમાં મેં તને કીધું 7 એમ્પિયર ની આવે, 12 વોલ્ટ ની આવે બેટરી. આ ચોરસ નહીં આવતી કારી યાર, પંપમાં બેટરી આવે ને, પાણી છોટવાનું, દવા છોટવાનું, એ બેટરી આવશે. એમ કઉ છું 800 ની બેટરી આવશે, ગેરંટી વાળી. બગડે તો ગેરંટી 3 મહિના, કશું બી થાય તો નવો માલ આલવાનો. આ આલવાનો, આ આલવાનો નવો. ગુરુ ઉડી જાય તો નવો આલવાનો. 3 મહિના ગમે તે વસ્તુ બગડ્યું તો નવો માલ આલી, બિલ લઈને આવી જાવ. તો અહીંયા આગળ 2 ગોરા લગાડવા છે ને, કોઈ લાગશે કેટલા? 2 ગોરા. એક ગોરો લગાડો, 2 લઈ લે લ્યા. સાડત્રીસો થાય, 37 બધું આવી ગયું. બેટરી, સોલર પેનલ, વાયર, 2 ગોરા. મોબાઈલ ચાર્જ કરો, મોબાઈલ ચાર્જ. હા, મોબાઈલ ચાર્જ કરો અહીંયા જ જોડે આલીશ. તો બેટરી તો હમણાં લેતા મારે આલે આખું ગોડાઉન છે મારે. મારા વાર નહીં લાગે કે મારી પોતાની ક્યાંથી લાવવાની છે, પછી થોડી લાવવાની છે. ના ખબર પડી પછી. અને મોટી બેટરી જોઈએ મારુતિની, ખબર? મારુતિની બેટરી જોઈએ, મારુતિની છે મોટી. એમાં પંખો પંખો બધું ચાલશે. હે સીલિંગ પંખો, સીલિંગ લ્યા. ટેબલ પંખો માર જોડથી લઉં તો ચાલશે, સીલિંગ પંખો માર જોડથી લઉં તો ચાલશે. બજારમાં લઉં નહીં ચાલે, કેમ કે સૂર્યપ્રકાશ નો પંખો જુદો આવે. તો સૂર્યપ્રકાશ નો પંખો જુદો આવે. સારું, બેટરી વાળી ગાડી છે જો. હે આ બાર ગાડી પડી, આ બાર ગાડી પડી જો, બેટરી વાળી ગાડી. પેલા બિલકુલ વ્યાજબી ગણ્યા છે, નહીં તાજો વધારે લીધા. અને ગેરંટી આલવાની. અલ્યા ખોટ જાય, વાયરિંગ નહીં કરી આલવાનું. એટલે પણ વાયરિંગ નહીં કરી આલવાનું, વાયરિંગ માર કરી આલવાનું તને. તો બરોબર, 38 આવશે. બસ શું નામ લખવાનું? પેલો તાર ગામનો પેલો હોમગાર્ડ માં નહીં જતો, એના આલી જ છે ને. કેટલા વર્ષ થઈ ગયા હોમગાર્ડ માં, પોલીસ માં? ગાડીઓ સ્પ્લેન્ડર ગાડી લઈને ફરે. શું નામ એનું? ખેતરમાં. એને મેં આલી છે. કેટલા વર્ષ થઈ ગયા? 4 વર્ષ થઈ ગયા. ના બગડે, બગડે તાર અહીં લઈને આવી જવાનું. હવે પડી કે ના પડી? ये सवाल अले सवाल सवाल मार वायरिंग બધું કરી નાખવાનું. અલે વાયરિંગ કરી નાખવાનું ગોળિયા.
When you are installing this product, the system is
Yes.
light.
Battery borrow line आई
Surge protection also within the DC distribution box. And generally in the market, we use type SPDs for the surge protection device for this purpose. If there are multiple activities that they would AC distribution box also. The AC distribution box acts as a bridge between the inverter and the loads in the system in your house or in your industries, and as for the connection. AC distribution box majorly has a breaker, circuit breaker, which in case of residential projects, it will be an MCB. For industries and commercial complexes, it is basically MCCBs. And for example, in residential complexes, we use type B MCBs, and the rating is almost 1.25 times the inverter current. We strongly recommend using AC SPDs, AC surge protection devices, because in India the grid conditions are very poor as compared to other countries, and there are a lot of surges which keep coming from the grid side, and they are one of the major causes of inverter failures. Hence, considering an AC surge protection device is must for our AC distribution box. Now, from the inverters, the AC cables also need to be connected in order to carry the power from the inverters till the till the point of load, or the electricity connections where we are connecting it. And the AC cable size should be determined as per the recommendations mentioned in the inverter user manual. And while sizing it, you can consider that also the drop should be less than 2%. And generally, what we tend to do is that up to 16 square mm copper cables are used, and above 16 square mm generally aluminum cables are used as an industry standard. And but at the inverter output terminals, specifically, you have to use a copper cable, and beyond an AC distribution box, you can consider aluminum cable based on the sizes which are required. For the solar PV project, we also need to do earthing. Earthing is basically required for as a safety precaution for both the modules and the inverters. And so for the modules, we do module to module earthing, and for inverters, we connect it to an AC earth bed. Generally, AC and AC beds are made separately, but finally within the ground, what we do is that we connect all the earth beds together in order to provide a better earth resistance for all the connections. We also consider a separate LA for the lightning arrestor if they are installed on site. Most of these earthings today are generally done via maintenance-free chemical earth beds, and earlier they used to be of practice of using charcoal and salt in order to come up with this earthing provisions. Finally, come to the best practices that you should ensure that while you're installing the PV plant at your house, please ensure that the inverters are not installed directly exposed to rain or the sun. If possible, install it inside and installed within a cool region. Also, most of these inverters nowadays, in the smallest size specifically, come with the provision for natural cooling. Hence, it is very important that you have space left around the inverters on all the four sides So that becomes an important aspect. So you should ensure that there is proper clearance on all four sides of the inverters. Uh, uh, the cabling is one of the major aspects with regards to the solar PV plants. You should ensure that the cables which are coming from the solar panels on the roofs are laid within proper conduits, and also the same practice should be followed for cables which are coming from inverters and going up to the connection points of the load. Earthing is mandatory and very critical for the system, for not only for the safety of of people, but also for the life of the products also which are being used. Hence, we should ensure both the solar panels and the inverters are properly grounded and earthed in order to have a better life. While installing the inverters, please ensure that the inverters are installed at the eye level so that whenever you have to do maintenance, it is quite easy to reach the inverters and to carry out the maintenance activities. Connection of the cables to the different terminals is one of the major failures of within the plant. You should ensure that there is proper crimping of both the DC cables which are used for connecting the solar panels to the inverters, and also for connecting the AC cables from the inverters till the load point. So crimping is a very important activity, because if there is loose termination or loose crimping, it leads to heat generation and it leads to blackening of those terminal points, or it often in the worst scenarios it leads to fire incidences also. So it is one of the most critical points that you should be taking care. And if you are pressing the cables properly within the, the conduits or within the slots, it will give a better life to the overall cabling setup. Otherwise, it gets exposed to the rains, it gets exposed to other edges, which can lead to damages of the roofs as well. Sorry, of the cables as well. Now, we also wanted to introduce concept where the higher voltages modules have come into the market, and you need to connect it to the inverters. My apologies here. The output of the 540 watt modules generally is somewhere around 13 amps. It is not 17 amps. It is 13 amps. So, uh, so uh, what what we see today is that for the smaller capacity inverters, uh, uh, which are available in the market, the the input terminals are rated up to either 12 amps or 13 amps. So when you're connecting it to the modules which are producing at a higher value of greater than 13 amps, it becomes a challenge to use those inverters. And hence, in order to still be able to utilize the setup, or a different mechanism is being proposed. So we form the strings as usual that we used to follow for the smaller capacity modules. So that is still formed in the similar manner where the modules are connected in series, and ensure that the string voltage is less than 20,000 volts for an inverter. And once it is done, so this from here the modules will generate around 13 amps power. But in order to keep the inverter safe, what we are doing is that we are connecting it, we are splitting it into two. We are splitting it into two connections using a Y connector, and one connector is going into one MPPT and the other positive connection is going into another MPPT. And hence what has happened is that 13 amps which is coming from this side, it's split into 6.5 on this side and 6.5 on this side, which is lower than the terminal voltages, so lower than the current uh, input terminals rating of the inverters. So, which makes it possible for us to utilize the 450 watt peak modules with this with these presently available markets inverters in the market. So, this is how you can utilize this aspect. Similarly, I have just shown it for a 10 kilowatt system. A similar practice can be followed. Similar practice can be followed for a 20 kilowatt system also, where we are doing the same thing. We are splitting it into two, and here also we are splitting it into two in order to combine it in order to form lower current strings and connecting it to the inverters. So this is the overall mechanism by which we can still continue to use the higher voltage modules, the existing inverters. The product activities also. Thank you, Akshay sir. Welcome everyone to the Panasonic family. And Akshay sir, thank you for providing us this basic and very important information to our clients and also us. Also, students are giving a brief introduction about the company. So basically, I'm looking after East and Northeast market, and I'm the senior sales executive of Panasonic Solar Module Trade Division. So basically, this is the best time to join Panasonic. I am approaching the new customers, also our existing customers who are doing business with us. Because Panasonic is maintaining its legacy for the last 100 years and also in solar industry for the last 40 years. So we have also completed our 4,200 CR turnover in the financial year of 2021 and 22. So it's a 100 years old company. So our premium products which we are supplying to our customers in daily basis, and also not only premium products, also our services which we are providing to our customers for 24 hours. I want to just ask all of our participants to share their queries, their valuable questions and feedbacks, which we really want to hear from you people, and also we really want to provide you our premium quality and services. So that's why we're going to, we have we have organized this presentation on this day. So in future also we are going to organize so many sessions with you. We are going to pass on so many important knowledges and all the market information. We want to hear the current market scenario from you people, and please go ahead and share your queries with us. Thank you, Arta. Thank you so much. Thank you, Akshay, for that wonderful session. I think we have received some couple of queries from our participants. So maybe you can attend one by one. Also, participants, you can raise your hands so that we can have a one-to-one interaction as well. That host can unmute yourself and we can have a chat as well. So there is one question from Mr. Sunil Singh. So he has asked, in the hilly areas of India, the sloping roof is suitable for installation of solar power plant. And my second question is there any instrument which we can use to combat the damage during thunderstorms? Okay. So for hilly areas, when you do not have an option for RCC roofs or concrete roofs, we can definitely utilize slope roofs for installation of solar PV plants. But we just have to be careful in terms of the choice of the structures that we're using, and be very careful while installing the solar modules onto the structures. When I say solar structures, you have to ensure that they are getting properly supported by the underlying structure of the roof. And there is a connection between the underlying structure and the solar structure. So that whenever in the hilly area, because there is a lot of wind resistance also required, that wind resistance will come from the underlying structure of the roof. And in the second question, is there any instrument which we can use to combat damage during thunderstorms? So as of now, there is no instrument which is generally utilized to combat thunderstorms. During thunderstorms, it's basically um, the wind, which is a major factor. And second is the lightning surge, which can happen. For lightnings, you need to install lightning arresters on your site. And in order to prevent the damage due to surges, you need to consider surge protection devices within the DC distribution box and the AC distribution box also. Apart from this, in order to cater to the wind, like I mentioned, the structure which is holding the solar panels is the most important aspect, and it should be strong enough to hold the solar panels on their positions. So that is how it is. I hope it clarifies the query. Hello, hello, Mr. Taha. Yeah. So you have raised your hand. जी सर सर ये पूछना था सर मुझे सवाल कि कंपनी की तरफ से जो फर्स्ट इंस्टॉलेशन है सेकंड इंस्टॉलेशन है कंपनी की तरफ से ऑन साइट इंस्टॉलेशन के लिए कुछ हेल्प मिल पाएगा क्या पैनलिंग इंस्टॉलेशन और उसके लिए गाइडेंस के लिए फॉर प्रैक्टिकल पर्पस गाइडेंस सर मेनली हम लोग ऐसा है कि प्रोडक्ट आपको देते हैं कि मतलब मॉड्यूल्स रहेगा एंड इन्वर्टर्स रहेंगे तो अगर इन्वर्टर्स का अगर कमीशनिंग के टाइम पे वगैरह आपको कुछ मतलब क्वेरी वगैरह रहेगा तो हमारा ऑनलाइन सपोर्ट रहता है ठीक है तो ऑनलाइन हमारा टीम विल बी कनेक्टेड विद यू फिर भी आपको अगर कुछ डिटेल वगैरह रहेंगे तो वी विल सी कैसे फिजिकली वगैरह सपोर्ट कर सकते डिपेंड्स अपॉन साइट का लोकेशन कहाँ पे है सो मोस्ट ऑफ द थिंग्स मतलब ऑनलाइन ही क्लियर हो जाता है हमारा काफी जो न्यू कस्टमर्स वगैरह कांटेक्ट करते हैं हमें हम लोग उनको डिटेल्स वगैरह प्रोवाइड करते हैं आप अगर नया हो एकदम ईपीसी में तो मतलब वी विल सी कि कैसे आपको कनेक्ट करवा सकते हैं कि और भी लोकल हमारा कोई पार्टनर रहेंगे तो वैसा करवा सकते हैं Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, okay. I think one question from Nishant Saha also I received. I think he's regarding BESCOM. So we can forward your query to our sales team at South region. Okay, so you can drop in a mail. We will connect you with our sales team. So what will be the paneling rates and all the price list of the products? That also we will share. Okay. So yeah, so we are receiving some more hand raises. Hello, Mr. Satyanarayana Swami. Just a minute, we are trying to unmute you. Mr. Satyanarayana, can you please try unmuting from your side? Or you can drop a message in the chat box. आपका जो भी query है, you can just drop a message in the chat box. So there is the query from Swarnadi. Is there a zero export facility available inside the inverters? Uh, so so when it comes to zero export facility generally is available in the inverter. But in order to implement the zero export feature, you need to have an external device which captures the power which is flowing into the grid. Based on that, it feeds an input back into the inverter saying that this much is the amount of power which is getting inputted, hence reduce your power. And according to the specifications and the should be installed at the grid point where from where it can take a feedback and what is the power which is flowing in from the system, flowing in from the grid side, and accordingly it will try to implement zero export. Thank you. You can answer that question.
हाँ
So, which questions are